Hi, right, folks, welcome back to Glesga News. Right, okay, something a wee bit different here. This is actually someone else's video that I'm going to review with you. And I don't know whether you've ever been on a safari in South Africa or not. Your knowledge or experience of wildlife may be just reserved to what you're watching on YouTube. Richard Attenborough and all the rest of it. He talks in that cute way about animals and wildlife and all the rest of it. I've been here. This is KRUGER National Park. I don't know if it's the Mala Mala. I'm not really sure where they are here. Right, it doesn't really matter. What I'm trying to illustrate and what I'm going to illustrate and what is illustrated in this particular footage is the calibre of some of the people that are taking you round in the vehicles. You see, when you arrive there, and I don't know how many times I've watched while I've been there, people jumping in the back of these Land Rovers and open top vehicles with their children, women and all the rest of it. You know, and they're like that. Oh dear, oh God, that's a shame. Oh God, that's going to get bit by that other lion. I mean, it's horrendous. Some of the naivety of some of these people, right? And they feel so secure in the back of an open top vehicle. And for some unknown reason, the animals don't seem to put one and one together and make two, as in that's dinner driving towards us. You know, the lions in particular are really kind of stupid that way. It'll just take one of them, though, to jump in the back of one of these vehicles. And this guy here will jump right out, right? The guys that are in charge, you know, a lot of them are just like this guy. They're so blasé with the situation that they fail to really realise the danger. So let's have a wee look, just to give you a wee bit of a premise. What he's doing is he's went out, he's got a camera on with him, he's not armed, right? There may be a weapon somewhere, but he personally doesn't have a handgun, which he should have. I don't see it on his person anyway. At least to make a noise. If you're not going to kill the animal, at least make a noise. And talking about killing the animals, you know, as I say, I was there for a few years. Met a lot of people that came out of Rhodesia, stroke Zimbabwe, and a lot of them were military, and a lot of them had conflicts in their lives in the area. And in the areas that they have the conflict, there's wildlife, you know. And what I mean by the wildlife that particularly bothered them was hyenas in particular, and lions, and especially if one of them was hurted or one of their group was hurted, because they will follow a trail, a blood trail, and they can smell it for miles. And so these people did not mess about. They would shoot the animals. And another thing I'll mention to you is that, remember, when you watch these programs and you see a lion take down a baby giraffe or a zebra, and you go, oh, it's alright, it's alright. You're not actually there. When you're on safari and you pull up and they've grabbed something, and in particular hyenas, they just start eating it right away. They don't do what a lion will do. A lion will try and choke it. One will try and choke it, asphyxiate it, right? And the rest will start eating. But the one will try and choke it. At least, you know, the animals are in shock. But, you know, hyenas don't do anything like that. They grab it and then pull it down and then they start eating it while it's still moving about. And that's what they'll do to you. Got to understand that. You are just flesh to them. You know, I watched a programme just recently about a guy who stuck his finger into a cage with a hyena. And the hyena kind of crept in and grabbed his finger. And he kept trying to pull his finger back. And the hyena just was looking at him like that and just chopped it right off. You know, it's amazing how silly people can be because of a lot of these, you know, programmes, I suppose. Anyway, so let's move on. So what we've got here then is this guy. He's out early morning, doesn't have any tourists with him at this stage, and he's got a cameraman. And what he's doing is he's going to get out his vehicle. So he's getting out his vehicle. He's not really looked about anywhere. He's looking at the ground. He says he's looking for tracks, and he's wandering around. And basically, I'm not going to play what he's saying, but he's basically saying, yes, I like to look for lion tracks. I'm having a wee quick look. He's not looking at anything. Anything could have come out of that bush. It's just continuing to look about it for tracks. You can see lots of vehicle tracks, but he clocks some lion tracks. There's a lion, there's some cubs. Big deal, right? Big deal, right? You shouldn't be looking at the ground. can assure you that. Now he says, well, I like to see lion tracks in the morning, so he's now going a wee drive. So he's driving about looking at for lion tracks. And he's driving about. Aye, on you go, mate. So here we get to this stage here. He's about to jump back out again here. A wee second, right? Now I've spotted lions. Have you spotted them? I didn't need to watch this video. I can see a lioness. I saw several as he pulled up, but he's not been looking because he was looking down. It's his job to see lions. He's looking right in their direction right now, but he still doesn't see them because he's an absolute bam, right? And this is the kind of guy that takes you out, talks a lot of shite, you know. He's just going to pull up now. He's just seen the lions that I've already seen, and that's his job to see lions, especially lions. Now, wait, he jumps out, he looks about a wee bit. Right, okay, that's fine. Let's keep looking at the ground. Let's look for tracks. Let's not look for the animals themselves. Now, you see if you spot them. He's wandered over there. Have you spotted them? Now, the only thing he done there that made sense was he backed away. He didn't turn his back on the cat. The lions that ran away are the young lions, but the older lionesses, they're not moving. They would have attacked him if the young ones hadn't moved, or if there'd just been two older ones, they would just hunker down, and they'd have had him. Now he's in trouble right now, and he's backing away. He's not got a weapon on him, and there's at least 5 large lionesses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 live large lionesses, potentially going to take him. Right now, had there been a male lion there, I think it would have got him. If it had maybe came in from another angle, this way, if it came up this way, it would have blocked his retreat to the vehicle. That's how stupid some of them are. You know, in Scotland or in the UK, do you know if there's any wildlife? You know, like what I mean is there any bears near you? Because this country used to have bears, and used to have lots of wolves. Have you never asked yourself why there's no wolves or bears left? Can I tell you? It's because we killed them all. Well, why would you kill them? I mean, that's a shame, isn't it? No, because they were attacking people. Right? They were attacking people's horses. See, in the days when people never had cars, they had horses. Right? And they go down the road with a horse, and the wolves and the bears would attack the horses. When the people were there, they would also attack young children or vulnerable people. Because that's what they do. When they see people alone or an individual alone, they'll take them. So this guy manages to get back into his van, and he thinks it's funny. Right? Once he's in his van, you know, he's so lucky, and I'll never understand why. I'll never understand why the lions don't make the connection between food and the vehicle. And it's guys like that that will cause the lions to work it out. And I would not like to be in this, in a safari with that man. That is the most irresponsible thing I've ever saw a guide do, and I've seen a few. That guy is a complete waster, looking down with a skip hat on for lion prints when there's some less than 15 metres away from him. A full pride of lions, less than 15 metres away from him. I saw them as he pulled up. I didn't know what he was going to be doing in this video. It says man walks right into lion pride, and I went, how's that possible? I could not believe what I seen there. So my advice to you is never go in one. Don't get involved in it. It's not worth it. Anyway, we can't go anywhere now with COVID. You know what? I remember once I met this lassie on Plenty of Fish, and everything was going great. You know, I got to her house, drove her home. She said, "Why come in for a coffee?" I don't drink coffee. She said, "What do you want?" I said, "I want a cup of tea." She went, "Okay, then I've got tea." I says, "Well, is it Tetley?" She went, aye, well, it is technically. I went, well, that's fine then, let's go. So we walked in the house and there was a gigantic fucking Rottweiler sitting in the living room floor. I'm not joking, this thing was the size of a small pony. And she said to me, don't worry about the dog, he'll no touch you. Right? I mean, come on. The dog was just staring right at me, as if to say, where are you going? And she just wandered away, and I went like, listen, just you forget it, right? I'm no getting involved with you in that thing there. He'll no touch you! Aye, right. See you later. Don't phone me. I left the house, right? I went to my car and I immediately blocked her. I'm not joking. I blocked her on Facebook, Twitter, and every social media I could find her on. I blocked her immediately. What she managed to do is she got herself another ID with another picture, and she came in and started talking to me, right? And she says, I know, I just wanted to know why you dumped me. I says, I never dumped you, I only knew you one night. And because of my dog? I says, well, aye. She says, why? I says, because it must be some real giant shites, and I'm no walking about picking them up. Right? If you want to pick up giant Rottweiler shite, that's up to you, but I'm not walking about with a bag picking up giant shites for a Rottweiler. Idiot. Right? And what you doing in here with a false profile? Aye, well, I want to talk to you about it. I says, well, you're barred. I blocked her again. You know? Oh, holy Toledo. What a carry on, man. There was a guy outside my house just a while back there. Maybe a couple of years ago now. You know, time flies. You're having fun, didn't it? And I was doing something to my motor and this guy came by. He had a fucking massive dog with him, right? And I was lying working and something, the dog came right out to me. I was like, I booted the dog right away. The dog's, yeah! I says, bolted. The guy's like, oh, what'd you kick my dog for? I says, the dog came fucking right up to me, mate. Right? That's no allowed. So I got out and he's like, oh, I'm sorry about that. I says, what kind of dog is that anyway? Let's stay to it. What kind of fucking dog is that, mate? He says, it's a Labradoodle. I went, what? A Labradoodle. There is something. I said, what is it? What's wrong with you, mate? Right? What's wrong with getting an Alsatian? You know? Get a Jack Russell or something. They're really brave. I love them. One of them tried to bite me in the balls once. That's why I like them. It jumped out the back of a motor and I was walking towards this guy that I knew. It was his dog, but I'd never met the dog. And it just lunged for me and it grabbed my crutch. Right? And I nearly had a heart attack. But I was wearing a pair of overalls and it just caught the overalls rather than my boys. Holy Toledo. And then the guy went like, hey you! And it just ran right, jumped back in his Range Rover. Right? But this thing just fucking whipped right out of this Land Rover and tried to bite me and the boys. Holy Toledo, I'd have been absolutely neutered. Right? On the spot. Anyway, listen. I think I've rabbited on enough about this absolute pish. If you like the content, hit the like button, share and subscribe because that's all I've got to say about this. Peace out.
How dare you!